than just a rate. Only Quicken Loans has earned 11 J.D. Power Awards. No other lender comes close to that level of client satisfaction. And we invented Rocket Mortgage. It gives our clients a simpler, hassle-free way to get a mortgage completely online in minutes. No one else has anything like it. And our people, each one of our 17,000-plus team members throughout Detroit, Cleveland, and Phoenix provides absolute client satisfaction each and every day. So why would you go anywhere else to get your mortgage? Go to America's #1 online lender. Call Quicken Loans today at 800-QUICKEN or go to rocketmortgage.com for the best mortgage experience on earth. That's 800-QUICKEN.
Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender licensed in all 50 states. NMLSConsumerAccess.org number 3030.
Ford Strength sales event is here. Now with 0% APR financing for 72 months, plus $1,000 cash back across a full lineup of Ford vehicles. That's Ford, America's best-selling brand, now with exclusive holiday offers. It's 0% APR financing for 72 months, plus $1,000 Ford credit cash across a full lineup of Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs. Best-selling based on 2016 sales. Not all buyers qualify for Ford credit financing. 72 months at $1,389 per month for $1,000 finance regardless of down payment on cars and SUVs. 72 months at $1,389 per month for $1,000 finance regardless of down payment on F-150. Not available on Ford GT, Fiesta, Focus RS, Mustang GT 350, 350 Yacht, Raptor, or Super Duty. Take new vehicle delivery from dealer stock on November 30th, 2017. See dealer or go to buyfordnow.com for complete details.
Los Angeles Valley College, your future begins here. LA Valley College is offering 1 year of free tuition to all 2017 LAUSD graduates.
Train for a job, earn a degree, or prepare to transfer to a university. Counselors are ready to help you plan your future. Day, evening, online, and off-campus classes, as well as financial aid are available.
LA Valley College is located in the San Fernando Valley near the 101, 405, and 170 freeways. Classes start soon. Apply at lavc.edu. That's lavc.edu.
Los Angeles Valley College, your future begins here.
Broadcasting live from the Southern California BMW newsroom. Test drive a BMW 7 Series. The driver's luxury device today. Via 1030 KLHCA HD2 Los Angeles. KLX 1070. News story. We gotta go to the top of the story.
UCLA basketball players busted in China could get 20 days in a luxury hotel. Some are calling that punishment.
Flu season death of Orange County.
LA School District organizing a theme park visit for some homeless students.
That was the race plus traffic coverage at minutes on the 5s in just 3 minutes. CBS covers the world at 10 o'clock.
CBS News, I'm Steve Caith, and some decisions have been made about a house of worship that was a scene of last Sunday's massacre. CBS's Steve Futterman is in Sutherland Springs, Texas.
Frank Pomeroy, the pastor of the church who lost his 14-year-old daughter in the shooting, says the building will be demolished. He says it would just be too painful to hold services there again. He has expressed hope, though, that the site of the church can be turned into a memorial for those who were killed.
The congregation does plan a service nearby this weekend. At a speech in Baltimore, Deputy Attorney General Ron Rosenstein said authorities still haven't been able to access what was on the gunman's phone.
No reasonable person would question our right and obligation to access that phone. But the company that built it purposely designed the operating system so that we cannot access it.
Hospital officials say 11 people are still being treated for their wounds. Some are in critical condition. From Puerto Rico, CBS's David Begdell reports a major power line has failed. Now officials say just 18% of the people on the storm-torn island have power. Before the new outage, it was 42%. Senate Republicans are coming out with their own version of a tax reform plan today. South Dakota Senator John Thune tells CBS this morning there are differences with the House blueprint.
We're all on the same team. We want to get to the same end zone, and sometimes we call it a slightly different place in the House and the Senate, but that's the way the process works.
It's said to call for more tax brackets than the House proposal and would not allow deductions for property, income, and sales taxes, and would limit the number of people who pay the state taxes. It's next stop Vietnam for President Trump at an economic summit. In China, he complained about the state of trade.
Right now, unfortunately, it is a very one-sided and unfair one. But I don't blame China.
The White House says he did work out business deals with China's president totaling about $250 billion. The president has had CNN in his crosshairs for a long time.
CNN, fake.
Now the Trump Justice Department's denying reports that suggest a sell-off of CNN is needed for approval of AT&T's merger with Time Warner. CBS's Juliana Goldman.
The person familiar with the matter told CBS News that White House officials have made it clear to AT&T on multiple occasions that they're dissatisfied with CNN. Now, the White House denies involvement in the negotiations, and the Justice Department says that AT&T itself offered to divest CNN, but AT&T CEO said he never offered to sell CNN and has no intention of doing so.
The Vatican is snuffing out cigarette sales to employees at its duty-free shop and supermarket. The move will cost $11 million a year in profits. The Dow is down 207. This is CBS News. This is Southern California's only 24-hour local news and traffic station, KNX 1070 News Radio. Good morning. I'm Ryan Ping. Our top local story at 10:03. 20 days of house arrest in a luxury hotel. That could be the sentence for those three freshman UCLA basketball players accused of shoplifting from a Louis Vuitton store in China. Word of the likely punishment comes from an Atlanta newspaper reporter traveling with tomorrow's Bruins opponent, Georgia Tech. He also reports the three players, including star LiAngelo Ball, will be banished from China for life. Seton Hall professor and Chinese law expert Margaret Lewis tells KNX she thinks this will be settled soon.
I don't think the Chinese authorities are going to want to have this hanging around as an issue. So hopefully, best case scenario, in the next couple days, this is dealt with maybe as administrative punishment matter.
She says the players would likely be found guilty if they end up facing charges. China has a 99% conviction rate. Travelers are reacting to reports that TSA agents are missing a lot of potentially dangerous stuff at the airport security checkpoints.
A 70% failure rate may raise eyebrows, and yet some travelers were less than shocked by that number. They think a lot of things probably slip by the TSA security checkpoints.
I think they need to do a better job. They don't pay enough attention.
One man just blasted TSA over the poor results from the undercover testing.
There's no surprise there. They're completely an incompetent organization, and they continue to prove that in many different ways.
Not everyone, though, shares that view of the screening process or of the TSA agents themselves.
I think they're doing a good job, basically. Yeah, it's a little inconvenient, but I think all in all, they're doing a good job.
The 70% failure rate, though, was an improvement. 2 years ago, the agents missed potentially dangerous items 95% of the time. At Long Beach Airport, John Mayer, KNX 1070 News Radio.
Orange County reports its first casualty of flu season, and it's especially tragic. Details in 2 minutes. Still 5 now. Traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on the flash. Good morning, Tom Tran.
Good morning. Take a look at the drive out of the 405 out of the valley. We had a crash down near Mulholland. Still got traffic backed up from Sherman Way solidly down towards Sunset Boulevard. Sepulveda Boulevard is an okay option. You're going to find on and off braking past Mulholland to just about Getty Center Drive, but it is kind of better than the 405. So if you got the option, take that out of Sherman Oaks. I would suggest it. Beverly Glen and Benedict Canyon, a little slower than you'd like it, but also pretty decent options if you're trying to get out of Sherman Oaks this morning. Southbound side of the Hollywood Freeway, the 170, had an earlier crash. Looks like it's gone. The traffic's still busy from Victory Boulevard. Slow down into Hollywood. Doesn't clear up until you get past about Highland, and then just jams up again right around Santa Monica Boulevard. Over on the Golden State Freeway, a couple of problems here. Few problems, as a matter of fact. First one, southbound side of the 5 down near Buena Vista. We had a stalled big rig blocking lane. That's got traffic backed up from almost Lancashire. The northbound side near Burbank, we had a crash being reported there. That's causing minor delays. It's actually worse on the southbound side. And then we had slowdowns down near the East LA area. We had a crash down near Main Street just past the 110. That's adding to congestion coming away from Dodger Stadium. Slow from just about the Glendale Freeway into East LA. Once you get onto the Santa Ana portion of the 5, it actually looks pretty good all the way down into Anaheim, which is some minor slowing past Santa Fe Springs. Your next report, 10:15. Tom Friend, more traffic reports more often. KNX 1070 News Radio.
Outside temperature is going to hang right around 70 degrees for the next several days, all the way into early next week. A little bit warmer if you go in the valleys, mid-70s there, but really not very warm. We're at or below normal temperatures for this time of year well through the weekend. Your extended 5-day forecast coming up after your 10:15 traffic. In La Mirada, right now, you've got 70 degrees. Thousand Oaks has 68. Santa Monica, 66 at 10:06. A toddler is the first person in Orange County this season to die of the flu. County health officials say this is a reminder that the illness can be very serious for young children if they're infected. Health officials say everyone older than 6 months should get a flu vaccine every year. California is well represented at the UN Climate Conference that's getting underway today in Bonn, Germany. In fact, after the Trump administration withdrew the United States from the Paris Climate Accord, California's elected leaders are among the most
role that we have to play now in California is to tell the rest of the world that we're still in, that, just because President Trump withdrew from the Paris Accord, that doesn't mean that states, mayors, local elected officials from around the country are still recommitting to the goals of reducing our carbon footprint in the United States.
Florida said California will seek to link up its carbon cap and trade market not only with other European countries, but also with other states here in the U.S. State regulators are set today to adopt new safety rules for Uber and Lyft that will not require their drivers to be fingerprinted as part of background checks. The taxi industry had pushed hard for the two companies to be held to the same standard since taxi drivers have to be fingerprinted, but the regulators say in a report that fingerprinting does not add to a greater level of safety. DWP crews are going to be spending the majority of the day fixing a major water main leak near the intersection of Rosecrans and Vermont in Gardena.
Stopping the flow of thousands of gallons of water through a broken 12-inch main was only half the battle. DWP Supervisor Eduardo Lopez says the tougher part of the job will be finding the exact point of the break, and it's tough to do when streets are covered in concrete rather than asphalt.
When we have an asphalt leak, it gives us a direction of where to excavate because the street gives. There might be a small void or the asphalt might be pushing up. In concrete, because it's thicker and stronger, the water doesn't have a tendency to push up as easy.
As a result, eastbound traffic on Rosecrans is going to be diverted for most of the day until the fix is complete. In Gardena, Pete Demetrio, KNX 1070 News Radio.
About 280 homeless LAUSD students are getting a special day today, and all expenses paid trip to Universal Studios. Angela Chandler is the homeless education coordinator for LAUSD. She tells KNX the problem of homelessness among their students is probably bigger than they realize.
We believe that we're under-identifying this particular population of students just because we believe that there are a lot of families that are either, having anxiety or fears about their situation and disclosing that situation to school representatives and not wanting their child to be labeled.
The chance at Universal Studios today will also be getting new backpacks, school supplies, books, shoes, and school uniforms. pursuing her, so we will keep an eye on this. Providence St. John's Health Center is celebrating 75 years of medical excellence. Come to St. John's for the best in cancer treatment supported by groundbreaking research and clinical trials. We are St. John's. Your next report, 10:25. Tom Fred. More traffic reports more often. KNX 1070 News Radio.
Good morning to you. Cool, partly cloudy on this Thursday morning. Highs this afternoon going to be a couple degrees cooler than we were yesterday. And expecting highs in the upper 60s along the coast, low 70s for LA and OC metro areas. Valleys in the IE get up to about 73 degrees, 72 the high in the high deserts, and mountains in the upper 50s. We have an area of low pressure in the Pacific Northwest, and that's bringing a cold front our way. Behind that front tomorrow, it'll be a little bit breezy. Temperatures stay about the same. A ridge of high pressure briefly builds overhead for the weekend. With Southern California's most accurate and dependable forecasts, I'm CBS 2 meteorologist Danielle Gersh, KNX 1070 News Radio.
Right now, downtown Los Angeles has 67 degrees. We continue to give you this breaking news on this vehicle pursuit. It's of a stolen U-Haul. It is a U-Haul. We're told that it's stolen. There's a female driver, and she is making her way around surface streets near McKinley and driving very erratically in and out of lanes. She's been going the wrong way at times, going through back alleys. Now it looks like she's kind of stuck behind a truck, making her way by there. And so anyone in that vicinity, she could be coming right towards you. We are continuing to monitor this situation. If something notable happens, we will break in right away. In the meantime, 10:18 here on KNX. Target is defending itself after the U.S. Public Interest Research Group said the store is selling fidget spinners with dangerously high levels of lead. The retail giant says the spinners are recommended for people older than 14, which means lead restrictions for children don't apply. Target adds its product safety team reviewed the lead data and decided there was no need to pull the spinners from the shelves. 5 police officers have been honored for their roles in saving countless lives during this summer's attack on a congressional baseball practice session. They were all presented today with the U.S. Capitol Police Medal of Honor at ceremonies attended by Republican Congressman Steve Scalise, who was nearly killed by a high-powered rifle during the June assault.
These 5 brave men and women prevented what would have been mass execution.
2 of the honored officers are actually with the Capitol Police Force and were both hurt while running toward the gunman, who was eventually killed. The 3 others serve in the Police Department of Alexandria, Virginia, where the attack took place. The winter smog season has arrived, and along with it comes the first of the season temporary ban on wood burning in parts of Southern California.
The sound of wood crackling in a fireplace is relaxing, romantic, and warming. But you're going to have to hold off on throwing a log in the fireplace or fire pit today. There's a 24-hour no-burn alert in effect.
The main goal is to prevent adding more air pollution to what's already out there.
Patrick Chandler with the South Coast Air Quality Management District says the air is just too stagnant for wood burning.
It makes the air less cleaner, and they can get into your lungs, and on some occasions for people who have asthma or respiratory issues, it can cause a low level of irritation.
Gas fireplaces and beach fire pits are all fine to use. Also, if you use wood burning for heating, the ban affects Orange County and non-desert sections of LA, Riverside, and San Bernardino counties. Karen Adams, KNX 1070 News Radio.
We continue to monitor the stolen U-Haul pursuit in downtown LA near Santee. What we're told now, and this female driver acting very erratically, just kind of writhing and hopping up and down in her seat, waving her arms frantically. So we don't know what the story is there, but she's really been kind of darting in and out of traffic and weaving, coming very close to hitting vehicles, but no collisions at this point, thankfully. But we will continue to keep you monitored on this very potentially dangerous situation happening on the surface streets of downtown LA. It's 10:21.
Veterans, if you want to refinance and secure your equity, now is the time. Qualifying will get harder.
This is Tom Brown of the Tom Brown Group at OmniFund. If you recently purchased your home, we can streamline your mortgage into the low 3s after just 3 payments. We can help you live the American dream that you fought for and become a homeowner. As a VA loan expert, I routinely fund loans the big guys walked away from. Recently, I funded a loan for a veteran declined by 4 banks. I offer wholesale rates much lower than the competition, and you can include up to 2 payments in the mortgage. Call me, because I don't just serve veterans, I am one. Call Tom Brown at 844-90-VA-LEND Call now 844-90-VA-LAND or Google the Tom Brown Group.
Licensed to do business in Arizona, California, Colorado, Illinois, Texas. Tom Brown's NMLS 366860. DRE 017897756. OmniFund NMLS 4869. DRE license number 0143-0833.
1022 on KNX. Okay, this pursuit's taken a wild turn as this U-Haul driver has made her way into a produce market. Tom Tran, looks like police are right on her tail.
Very dangerous situation. Literally drove into the produce mart, drove over pallets of fruit, and literally jammed herself in between cars and forklifts. The CHP and police are actually LAPD are literally behind her, and she's trying to back up and looks like almost trying to ram into some police officers. They for a moment were out of their vehicles with guns drawn, but that is not stopping this driver who's literally still just turning the truck around and slammed into a police SUV. The police are exiting the vehicle, but this is a U-Haul truck. The police have their weapons drawn, and the driver's still driving away, and literally just drove away from the police and exiting the fruit mart right now.
Yeah, she just she was pinned in there, it looked like, but police did not have the entire alley choked off, and she found that hole and got out of there, and now she's back on the streets. And as you mentioned, Tom, she goes and rams right onto the front of a police SUV. She just started. It's not like she hit it at high speed, but still a good jolt there. And it looked like police. And now she's going back into another tunnel, the produce mart, and she just plowed over a stand of oranges, it looks like.
Yeah, and exiting the vehicle now and running on foot. I mean, with all the infractions she's racked up so far, and then hitting a police vehicle. That is going to be a major one. Exiting out of that U-Haul truck, so hopefully the dangerous portion of this chase is completed. But it looks like run into the fruit mart.
Yeah, this is very interesting now. She is there inside, so we've lost the visual.
No, she's outside again. She's run outside. Just run outside. There she is, taking off again, trying to apparently hide from police. Trying to duck into this fruit mart, but really no place to go, and the people around her have no idea what's happening. She's just trying to kind of blend in. It definitely looks like is agitated, acting very erratically. Police behind her now, ordering her to get on the ground. Police have at least one officer on the scene, two now joining, ordering her to get on the ground, but not sure what she may be on, but looks like they are tackling this woman now, getting her out to the ground.
She's not going quietly. Yeah, like you said, Tom, several officers now have her, and she's being put into handcuffs, but not going quietly. This pursuit coming to a wild end. It was wild to begin with. She was in a stolen U-Haul, making her way around surface streets, driving the wrong way at times, just weaving in and out of lanes, acting very erratically in the driver's seat from what we could see. And then she drives right through a tunnel into the produce market, drives to the parking lot there, briefly escapes police, but then drives back on in and just kind of corners herself, gets out of there, tries to find some sort of shelter. That doesn't work, and then police come right on her. Now there's an entire team of police officers gathered at the scene, but it looks like this situation has come to a peaceful end. So with that, without further ado, let's see how the rest of your drive is shaping up across Southern California. 1025. Traffic and weather together sponsored by Credit Karma, Tom Tran.
Well, luckily that is under control now. Looks like there was some minor damage caused to a couple of vehicles, including a police vehicle, so that investigation is going to take some time. But luckily it wasn't on any major routes. It was actually in the fruit mart, so that's where the investigation will continue. Over on the northbound side of the 405 near Avalon Boulevard, we're getting reports of a crash here. A tire in a vehicle, and that is causing delays on that north 405. Down near Avalon, the southbound side of the 405, still trying to recover coming out of the valley. Had a crash down near Mulholland. It's got traffic jammed up from Sherman Way. The southbound side of the Golden State Freeway still being jammed up because of an earlier disabled big rig that was blocking the middle lane down near Buena Vista. Traffic still slow from just about Sunland Boulevard. You're going to want to use San Fernando Road to get around a lot of these delays. Westbound side of the 134 at San Fernando Road, we're getting reports of a vehicle blocking the number 4 lane, broken down, conked out there, adding to some congestion on that West 134. Also had a crash earlier on the Santa Monica Freeway. That westbound 10 still slow out of East LA from the 60 all the way over towards Cloverfield. Get your truly free credit score and free credit monitoring from Credit Karma. Download the Credit Karma app today. Credit Karma, get knowing. Your next report, 1035. Tom Friend. More traffic reports more off. KNX 1070 News Radio.
Partly cloudy for the rest of the